Good day, everyone. I welcome you once again to my page. This is the continuation of the solution to maths questions objective part 2017. This is question number 31. We shall be solving from 31 to 35. If you have not seen 1 to 30, they are all available on my YouTube channel. Kindly do share, comment, and drop your own opinion there. Thank you. The question says that given that t is equal to 2 exponential x, we should find 2 exponential x plus 1 in terms of t. Our final expression will be in terms of t. We are given that t is equal to 2 exponential x. If this is given, let's manipulate this first and foremost. Of course, we can manipulate our right hand side as t is equal to 1 over 2 exponential x. We can see that 2 exponential x is already showing here. Okay, so by making 2 exponential x the subject of formula here, of course, we can find the reciprocal of both sides. The reciprocal of t is 1 over t, and the reciprocal of 1 over 2x is going to be 2 exponential x. So therefore, we have already obtained 2 exponential x. But this, we're now having 2 exponential x. Let's recall that 2 exponential x plus 1 is the same thing as 2 exponential x multiplied by another 2 exponential 1. Such that when we use our law of these indices, we pick one base, which is 2, then we add the exponent, x and 1. So therefore, we are having 2 exponential x here already. So by multiplying both sides by 2, okay, we have 1 over t multiplied by 2 is going to give us 2 exponential x also multiplied by 2. So once we multiply this by 2, we are going to have 2 over t, which is going to give us the same thing as 2 exponential x plus 1. Don't forget, this is exponential 1. So therefore, the expression that we are given is going to give us 2 over t. So the correct option there is option A, 2 over t. Here is question 32. Question number 32 says, 2 bottles are drawn with replacement. Please, let's understand this, with replacement. From a crate containing 8 Coke, we have 8, 12 Fanta, we have 12, and 4 Sprite. Sprite is given as 4. Okay, that's all we are given. We are not told that 2 bottles are drawn as random with replacement rather, and we are told that what is the probability that the first is Coke and the second is not Coke. First is Coke and the second is not Coke. So let's find the number of sample space first. That is the total number of bottles that we have. That is what we call the number of sample space. So if we sum this together, this is 20 plus 4, that's 24. So we have 24 as number of sample space. So therefore, and we are not told that the probability that we should find the probability that the first is Coke. Let's say Coke first, and the other one is not Coke, and the other one not Coke. Okay, we can use this as the representation of that. So how do we solve this? Let's first and foremost solve that of a Coke first withdrawal, and the probability of withdrawing Coke here is, how many Coke do we have? We have 8 out of 24. So that of Coke is 8 over 24. Okay, multiply by, don't forget, and okay, and not Coke. We should know that if it is not Coke, then it can be Fanta or Sprite. It can be Fanta or Sprite. Let's take note of that. So if it is not Coke, then it will be others. What are the others? Either Fanta or Coke. So probability of Fanta here is 12 out of 24. That gives us 12 over 24 plus then Sprite, which is 4 out of 24 as well. So if we simplify this, we are going to get the answer to the question. So we have 8 over 24, which can as well be simplified, but then adding these two fractions together, since they have the same LCM, which is 24, Summing their numerator, 12 plus 4, that gives us 16. All right, so by reducing this fraction, 8 can go here one time, then 8 here 3 times. Likewise, 8 here 2, 8 here 3. So we are going to have 2 at the numerator and 3 times 3, which is 9, as the denominator. So our final answer here is 2 over 9, which is option C. Here is question 33. It reads, if the simple interest on a certain amount of money saved in a bank for 5 years, okay, at 2.5%, and 2.5% annum is 500 naira. Okay, we should calculate the total amount due after 6 years at the same rate. So from the look of things, these are, if the simple interest as read is the simple interest on a certain amount, definitely this is the simple interest we are given. So definitely we are given simple interest, which is I. We are given I to be 500 naira. We are given time, which is 5 years T, and we are given rates as well, which is 2.5, or 2.5. So remember that simple interest is principal times rate times time over 100. So we have to calculate the amount, the total amount due after 6 years. So we have not gotten the principal yet. We don't know the amount invested, but we know the interest. So which is the principal? So let's calculate the principal. From here, we can make P subject of the formula by cross multiplying. So we have 100I is equal to PRT. And by so doing, dividing both sides by RT, we have our principal, RT. Then we see that this will cancel out. So our principal will be 100 times the interest over rate times time. So let's substitute that to get the principal. So here, the interest is already 500. So we have 100 times 500 all over rates, which is 2.5 times 5. So by the whole calculation, we realize that 100 times 500, that gives us 50,000. So we have 50,000 divided by 2.5 times 5, that gives us 12.5. So dividing 50,000 by 12.5, we are going to have 4,000. So we have 4,000 naira is the principal, that is the amount invested. Now we are now told that we should calculate the total amount due after 6 years at the same rate. 6 years at the same rate. So, and the 6 years at the same rate is going to be the amount, the interest received earlier, divided by the number of times, and that is number of years. So that will be the due is going to be 500 naira divided by 5, which gives us 100. So we are now told that if you calculate this amount after 6 years, the same rate, the principal, which is 4,000, plus this due 100 naira in 6 years, will be added up to 4,000. So it means 100 naira in 6 places, that is 6 times 100, that gives us 600, and 600 times 4,000, that gives us 4,600 naira, which is option D. Question 34. Question 34 reads, calculate the variance of 233,455,5,779. First and foremost, we need to calculate the mean of this distribution, because mean is needed in this distribution. Remember that our variance by formula is calculated as the summation of the mean minus that of those variable there, the numbers given, all square, divided by the number of the data that we are given. So we need this mean, and our mean is calculated as summation fx all over summation f, right? And our summation f is still the same thing as this n. All right, so let's sum all this together. Then we divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So divided by 10. So let's note that our n is 10 already. Let's sum this together. This gives us 5. 2 plus 3, 5. Plus 3, that's 8. 8 plus 4, that's 12. 12 plus 10, that's 22. 22 plus 5, 27. And then 27 plus another 7, that's 34. 34 plus another 7, that's 41. 41 plus 9, that's 50. So summation fx will be 50. So hence our mean will be 5. So right now we are going to be subtracting these values from 5. Then we square them, then we sum it together and divide it by 10. So by doing so, we have our variance will now be 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2, that's a 2 all square, plus 5 minus 3 all square, plus 5 minus another 3 all square, plus 5 minus 4 all square, plus 5 minus 5, 5 minus 5, that'll be 0, 0. 5 minus 5, that's also 0. So 5 minus, so we can neglect all this because it will give us 0. 5 minus 7 now, minus 7 all square, plus another 7. 5 minus 7 all square, plus 5 minus 9 all square. Everything divided by 10. By evaluation, we see that 2 from 5 give us 3. 3 square give us 9. So here we have 9 plus 5 from 3, that give us 2. 2 square, that give us 4. Plus, also this will give us 2, that will be 4. This will give us 1, that will be 1. Plus, this will give us negative 2. And negative square give us plus 4. So we have 4. Likewise, this, it will give us 4 as well. We have 4 plus negative 4. Negative 4 square, that give us plus 16. Everything divided by 10. So obtaining the sum, we are going to have this 42. That will be 42 all divided by 10. So therefore, dividing 42 by 10 will give us 4.2, which is our variance. So checking 4.2, that's the option D. That's the correct answer there. Question number 35. A circular pond of radius 4 meter has a path of width 2.5 meter around it. A pond is having a path of width 2.5 meter around it. We should find, correct to the 2 decimal places, the area of the path. Okay, let's sketch it. So if this is the pond, a circular pond, and there is a path around it, and we are now told that in that pond, the radius of that pond is 4 meter, as given from the question. 4 meter, and the width is 2.5 meter around it, the width of the path. So which means, though this is not drawn to scale, this will be 2.5 meter. So for us to identify what we need to do there is to understand the question very well. We have to find the area. Find the area, correct to 2 decimal places, the area of the part. I mean this part. Let's shade it out and let's see what we are looking for. Yeah. This is the part we are looking for. The area of that part we are looking for. First and foremost, let's identify the radius, the main radius, the bigger radius. The bigger radius here is going to be 4 meter plus 2.5 meter. That gives us 6.5 meter. And the radius of the smaller circle is going to be, of course, 4 meter, which is the radius of the pond. Okay, so what we need to do here is to obtain the area of this whole circle and then obtain the area of the smaller circle. After obtaining the two, we subtract the area of the smaller circle from the big circle. Then that will be the area of the shaded part in this picture. So therefore, the area of the bigger circle, of course, the area of the biggest circle is going to be pi r squared, of course. So the bigger circle will now be represented by capital R. So our pi given as 22 over 7 multiplied by the area radius 6.5, that'll be 6.5 all square. By calculation, using calculator, 6.5 square times 22 divided by 7 is giving us 132.785 okay. Now we have to write it in two decimal places, so let's leave it like this first. And therefore, area of the smallest circle, which is the area of the pond itself, that'll be pi r square, which is 22 over 7 times the radius 4, that'll be 4 square. And by calculation, 4 square is 16 by 22, then divided by 7, that gives us 50.2857. So the area of the shaded path, according to the question, will be the area of this biggest circle, this 132.7857 minus area of the pond, the smallest circle, that's 50.2857. Subtracting that from one another, we're going to realize we have 82.4999 and so on and so forth. So, and into two decimal places, we shall have 82.50 centimeter square, which is our correct and final answer. So checking our option here, we realize this is 82.5 centimeter square. Thank you for watching and bye for now.